This is a demo on the slab Sgraffito box. First, I rolled out all of my slabs and I cut them with the templates. So I have one triangle for the base and three rectangles for the sides. I rolled these out with yellow bumpers for a medium slab with my rolling pin, and I used my knife to cut them along with the templates. You're going to need to bevel edges to make this slab construction. So the first thing you want to do is bevel all the edges on your triangle. So I did this already, but I will demo the beveling on the rectangles. So I beveled each side at a 45-ish degree angle. This is the only piece you're going to bevel all the sides on. When you do your actual sides of your box, you're only going to bevel the sides and the bottom. You're going to leave the top nice and flat. So I beveled this already, and I'll show you how to do that now. So I did all three sides. I'm going to use a knife tool or needle tool. I like to use this one. And you want to make sure that your slabs have stiffened up a little bit. They can move a little, but you don't want them to be super wet. You want them to be close to leather hard. So a little firm. The knife, if I hold it straight up and down like this is 90 degrees. Halfway between 90 degrees is a 45. So I want somewhere around a 45. I cut along the edge of the box opposite my hand. And I keep my thumb down here to stop the knife. And to know if I did a good job, I look at my scrap. And if my scrap looks like a triangle, then I know I cut a nice 45-degree angle off. It doesn't have to be a perfect 45. This is clay. It will move around. So I'm going to leave that other long one flat. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to cut my two short sides. So once again, I'm going to make sure my knife, that's a 90, that's a 45. I slice down. I'm looking at my scrap. It's a little bit of a triangle. Perfect. And once again, so I'm starting here. I don't want my knife to go too far in. So if you see I'm starting my knife, it's hitting the corner of the slab there. I turn to my 45 and I bring it down and make a nice straight cut. If you don't get the cut the first time, you could always go back in and even it up. Like I said, it is clay. Stuff will move around. It does not have to be exactly perfect. So I'm going to say this again because I have everyone always cut all four sides. You do not want to cut this side. You want it nice and flat. This is the top of your box, and this is the side and the bottom. Those need to be beveled, and I beveled all three sides of my base. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to bevel all of these. So both short sides. Making sure I'm doing a 45. Using my thumb to stop it here. My scraps look like little triangles. I'm starting with the corner of my blade at the corner of the slab, holding the knife at a 45-degree angle, and trying to make a nice straight cut down. I've also done this many, many times, so I do make it look easier than it is. If you want to practice on another slab first, you can roll one out. But like I said, if you mess up, there's always a little bit of wiggle room to try again. And one last time. All three sides, only three sides of my rectangle, I'm leaving the top flat. So I'm going to start building on my base. And I like to do this on a cloth or a piece of wood covered in plastic so I can move it around. I'm going to use water and a fork to slip and score. I'm going to slip and score my base or scratch and attach, making sure I'm digging in a lot so I get a nice Velcro-y texture. And I'm also going to scratch the beveled side of my side here, not the flat side. I'm scratching the beveled side. So those two pieces that I slipped and scored or scratched and attached, I'm going to put those two together. I'm going to meet those two edges up, those two bevels, and I'm going to push firm but gentle. I'm going to watch some of the water come out, a little bit of air bubbles I'll see, and I know that it's attached. So this is a pretty good start. It's snugly in there. That's good. I can keep building now. So I'm going to go and build my other piece on here. So if you look, I'm making sure my flat side's staying up, and I have my two beveled sides together. So once again, I'm going to scratch and attach, slip and score. Watch, I'm dipping my fork in the water multiple times. The difference is on this one, I also want to scratch the side bevels. and the side bevel here. So all the bevels that I'm putting together, I want to make sure I'm scoring really good, getting some water on there so these things stick together. Like I said, almost like a Velcro-y texture. So I have those two, and then they're going to meet up with these. And a firm but gentle pressure. Make that meet up. I want to see some little air bubbles come out. Hear some squishy noise of the water, so I know that I'm pushing these together pretty good. Now it's going to be a little delicate, so I don't want to smush too much because I only have two sides up. Now while I have this open like this, this is the best time to put some coils in. I could go ahead and put this in. This box is big enough, I could reach in, but why do more work like that? I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to just take a coil and with my hand or on the table, roll this out. And I don't want a big thick coil. I want it to be like my pinky or a little smaller than my finger. And I want it to be as long as the inside corner of this box. So I'm going to measure that and cut it off there. I would normally have this facing towards me, but I have it facing towards the camera so you can see. So now I'm using my hand to support, and then I'm using my finger to put this coil in. So I'm going to scratch and attach so I can make sure my coil gets in there real well. Scratch and attach my coil. And I'm going to smush this into the corner. So this is connecting to this sidewall and the base. And I'm going to use my finger to smooth this coil into the corner. Like that. All right, that looks really messy right now, but I'm going to take my time, and I want to make this nice and smooth. I do not want to leave that messy looking. So I'm going to smooth that out. I might even take a little more time making sure I'm supporting this side. So if I'm smoothing this out with this finger, I want this hand back here to support it. If I just push, I'm going to push my walls too much. So I'm going to put that there. I'm also going to put a coil here. Scratch and attach that into there and smooth it out. And I'm going to make this look a lot nicer. And put another one here. I'm going to scratch and attach, put this wall in. And then the very last thing I'm going to do is add all those coils. So everywhere where the two seams met, you're going to add a coil, smooth that in. And you have built your box. We have started to build your box. Good luck.